Hi guys, welcome back to episode 22 of this Retro Manchester City save. This is Chris, aka Big Will, and in today's matches we've got a really tough game at home to second place Watford, followed by a tough away game at Crystal Palace, who are fighting to get into those playoff places. Since you were last with me, we've actually confirmed promotion to the Premier League with 10 games to spare. We're 40 points clear of third place. We've really been outstanding this season. As such, we're 21 points ahead of Watford at the moment, and we are looking very good to claim this league title now. And as you can see from our recent form, we've been absolutely brilliant since that FA Cup defeat. And we came to you last time, I think, for Stockport and Huddersfield, if I remember rightly. But as you can see, form has continued to go well. We've won every single game since, and I'm hoping to continue in that vein. In his last 3 games, Calcourt has scored 7 goals as well. He's been fantastic up front for us once again. The rotation has come into play a little bit more now because we have confirmed that promotion. But hopefully today we can get revenge against Watford following that defeat that they inflicted on us last time out. As such, with the rotation side of things, we are giving a few players different opportunities as well. We've got Nicky Weaver in goal with Ashley Cole, Mark Smith, Jody Craddock and Stephen Carr at the back. Jamie Pollock and Jason Kumas in central midfield. Bellamy wide left with Sibierski in behind Calcourt and Davis on that right hand side. It's largely the front players that we've been rotating, but it's glad to see that Kumas is going to get given the opportunity today. It's a good opportunity for him, and when he's come on off the bench, he's played reasonably well, so hopefully he can continue in that vein of form that he seems to have found so far. Ian Thomas Moore, of course, he was the one that scored all the goals against us last time out. We want revenge against Watford, and we want to make sure that we win today, because if we win our next game and Watford drop points, if we beat them today, of course, it could actually confirm us a league title potentially, depending on how the points work out. Here's Jamie Pollock with a free kick on the edge of the area. He looks to whip it in, and it's straight in from Jamie Pollock. Brilliant goal. It is 1-0, and we're only 1.5 minutes into this game. And our form hopefully will continue through this game. And if we do get revenge, it'll be ideal. Also, a win today would see us get the record number of points in the First Division. And like I say, we've still got 10 games left to play. And the previous record was set by Middlesbrough with 102 points, as Watford just have a chance to go over the bar there. If we win today, we get to 103, so the record will be set. But Watford will be hoping that that will not happen against them today, and a set piece is well claimed there by Nicky Weaver, and he has support ahead of him. Kevin Davis is completely free on that right hand side, but he plays it short to Jody Craddock. This is Stephen Carr now, moving down this right hand side. Lovely ball over the top for Kevin Davis here. Kevin Davis inside to Antoine Sibierski, and he plays it in for Calcourt, and it's 2-0. Antoine Sibierski has come into the side a bit more recently, and he has started to score the odd goal, and he's looked really good in that playmaker role in the last few games. Really happy to see him coming back into form, and we have a 2-goal lead here against second place Watford, and the league title is all but confirmed if we win today, in my opinion. Here's Calcourt, good clearance by Panay. Into right, now Johnson, looking to move forward here. He has to put ahead of him if he can find it, but he plays it to right. Thomas Moore makes the run, and Thomas Moore is around Nicky Weaver, and once again, he catches us out defensively, Thomas Moore. He's really been a thorn in our side in these 2 matches against Watford this season. And he's done it again. It's 2-1 now, and we've got to stay focused here with their 2 strikers in the form that they're in. Here's Jamie Pollock, who looks over the top, and Calcourt could be in behind here. It's Calcourt. Oh, he's hit the side netting. He should have gone across the goalkeeper there instead of aiming for the near post. Big opportunity there for 3-1, but as such, it remains 2-1. Here we've got a set piece. Jason Kumas to take. And he looks to the far post, and Sibierski's in the centre, and it's a really well-won header from Antoine Sibierski. Like I say, he's only started playing a bit more regularly in recent games, and it's his 4th goal of the season. 3-1 up here, and as we approach the last 5 minutes of the first half and half-time. We've done really well so far. We've created plenty more chances than Watford this time out, and we've done really well holding on to the majority of possession. Really positive first half from the boys as we look set for confirmation that we will go up as champions, I think, at this rate. We do want to stay focused though. Sibierski lost a bit of confidence there, just in case, just because we've told them that they need to stay focused with it instead of relying on their ability. Sibierski with a brilliant looking delivery, and Cal Court was there, and it ended up falling for Craig Bellamy. It's 4-1. Bit of a strange goal, that one. Calcourt, I think, was the target initially, and the keeper thought that's where it was going as well, but the ball just stayed in the air that little bit longer. It fell for Craig Bellamy, and it's 4-1. And we have certainly been the superior side this time round against Watford. Really good to see. Recognisable face playing for Bristol Rovers there. Darius Vassell has got them ahead against Stoke City there. Really good to see him playing at this level at such an early stage in his career, the 18-year-old. Here's Lachlan looking into the penalty area. It's cleared by Pollock. Lachlan gets onto it again. Panayi now plays it back to Iroha. He looks over the top, but Mark Smith gets it away, but it's only as far as right as he plays it in from that right hand side, looking for Leonardson, but it's going to be cleared away, and Ashley Cole does well to find Antoine Sibierski, who lofts it straight over the top with a brilliant pass, and Calcourt beats Chamberlain to it. It's 5-1 here, and Calcourt is at it again, and very poor from Chamberlain in the Watford goal. He has to do better there. Really good stuff from our point of view, and we are certainly very good value for this lead in today's match. Absolutely brilliant stuff. We've certainly got our revenge, that is for sure, and hopefully we can compound their misery here. Jody Craddock with the ball over the top. Craig Bellamy looking to chase Lopez down. Lopez plays it back to Chamberlain, who just smashes it clear. He doesn't want the ball near him for obvious reasons. Mark Smith does well. Ashley Cole. Jason Kumas couldn't beat Lachlan. Leonardson. Ashley Cole's been caught out here by Gudmundsson, but Mark Smith managed to get a touch onto it, but he was challenged there. But the strike goes wide, and it remains 5-1. Thomas Moore again ending up with that opportunity. I was debating making some substitutions, but as we go into the last 5 minutes, I think I'll just leave things as they are. And as the game comes towards an end here, it's going to be a huge win here for the boys in blue. It's 5-1. Brilliant stuff. We've got our revenge against Watford there. Sibierski with a man of the match performance. Absolutely brilliant stuff from the whole team there, really. And we move forward. So we're now 24 points clear with 9 games remaining. So, and obviously, I mean, our goal difference is superior to everybody in this league, probably put together, with 88 goals in the plus. And with Calcourt in the form he's been in, I am very, very comfortable in the next game or two we will confirm this league title. As such, there's only 3 days to the Crystal Palace game, so I will continue to play through until we get to that fixture as well. I say 3 days, it's only two days between the games, so it shouldn't take too long to get through to it, hopefully, and we'll be able to hopefully continue where we leave off from this Watford game. The fact that obviously we were at home for that Watford game as well, really positive stuff. And going into an away game in the form that we are, I have every confidence in the side to commit themselves well and get another 3 points. We've won 20 league matches in a row as well. This run of form that we're in at the minute has definitely been the catalyst for this league title push, which we're not quite there yet, but we're pretty much there. And all it takes is 2-3 more wins, I think, and we will have that title sewn up and be readying ourselves for the Premier League next season. Well, we're still on game day from the Watford game at the moment. I'm not entirely sure why the game's not quite kicking in just yet. Right, we've moved over to the Sunday. Excellent stuff. There shouldn't be too much happening in relation to this now as we try and move forward for this Crystal Palace game. We have had some good youth candidates come through into the youth academy as well. We've not confirmed any contracts yet, but the most notable player to come through this season is Bradley Wright Phillips, Sean Wright Phillips' brother, and I'm looking forward to getting him coming through our youth system. We've got one of the best youth academies in the country at this point. I've upgraded the facilities constantly, and with the financial backing that the board have given me, we've also upgraded training facilities and just bits and pieces like that. And the board are looking for us to leave the main road stadium and move on to pastures new. So I'm not entirely sure whether it'll quite follow the way things happened in real life, because obviously City moved to the City of Manchester Stadium, as it was once called, and that was in 2004, I believe. And currently in game, it's 2001, I think, from where we started. And as we go into the Premier League season, it'll be the 01-02 season. So in terms of real time, City moved into the City of Manchester Stadium 2 years after this period of time that we're in game at the moment. So whether it'll be around about the same time or not in relativity, we'll have to wait and see. It could well be. Um, but like I say, we'll have to wait and see what happens in that manner. The fact that we've won promotion is a huge bonus already anyway. In terms of budgets as well, because we've had promotion confirmed, we've been given a budget of £82 million for the Premier League, and we've had our wage budget tripled from, I think it was about £500,000 to £1.5 million. So we've certainly got room to manoeuvre in our budgets when it comes to the summer transfer window. I have already been thinking about the summer transfer window, to be honest, and with the way things are going with the squad, I can't envisage us doing a lot really. We've got a very good young squad, and all the players know how to play with each other, and they really do work hard. And I think it'd be unfair to end up replacing them all. But if a really good player becomes available, we will try and bring them in, of course. But unless we have a hole to fill in the squad, I can't see us doing too much business, to be quite honest, unless we have a really good opportunity arise. Again, I'm not really too sure what the hold-up is in game at the moment. We've finally moved over the extra day here. I was expecting to get to the Palace game a little bit quicker than this, but unfortunately it's taken a bit longer than anticipated, so I do apologise for that. Peter Crouch, by the way, he's had a really good loan spell down in the 3rd division with Southend this year. He's scored quite a good number of goals in relation to the appearances, and he is certainly going to be the kind of player we want to keep around when it comes to the Premier League. He'll offer us something a little bit different, providing he's reached that stage that he is going to be good enough to be in and around that first team squad. David Pissarro has also been granted a work permit now, so he will be in and around the first team squad next season as well, unless we get good bids for them, because obviously a number of the players, we can make good profits on them as well. So in terms of where we leave off with some of the players, if there's not quite as much an attachment from myself to other players, we might let some of them go, depending on how much money is involved, and then look to bring in some real superstars to try and build this City team for that Premier League challenge next season. From what I could see there, if we actually win in this game today and Watford lose, we'll have the title confirmed, I think. So certainly pressure is on, but if it doesn't happen in this game, we've got Burnley at home in the next game, and I'm pretty sure it could happen in that one as well. So we'll see how we get on, and hopefully we can wrap up a title in today's video, which will be, again, bit of a surprise really, considering, I mean, I wasn't expected to be promoted quite as early in the season as we have been, but with the way that we've played in recent matches, the points just, well, we've just ran away with them recently with 60 points out of 60 in our last 20 league games, so can't argue with that at all. So for the away game against Palace, we have rotated a bit due to fitness concerns, of course. So Nicky Weaver is in goal, Wayne Bridge at left back with John Terry and Van Boyton at centre back and Danny Mills at right back. Pollock and Brown the midfield pair with Humphreys, Murphy and Wright Phillips in behind Kyle Court. So the midfield is pretty much completely different from the one that played in that game against Watford. But you look at the strength of that midfield five, and again, this is a reason why I'm saying we might not need to sign anybody. I think we've got a really strong squad at the moment. Um, yes, if players want to leave the club, then we'll have to make some decisions in regards to sales and signings at that point. But until then, I'm very, very comfortable with how we're going to look ready for the Premier League next season. Well, we've got there in the end. We're finally there for the Crystal Palace game. And we kick off early doors with a highlight with Danny Mills into Danny Murphy. Now Michael Brown. Danny Mills with the play into the penalty area, and Kyle Court's header is just wide of the post. Really positive start in the opening minute here, but it remains 0-0. So again, we've got to keep an eye on the Watford game. They are at home to Birmingham. Birmingham have actually gone ahead here through Hollamar. So we have got an opportunity as it stands. If we can beat Crystal Palace as it stands, and we could win the title here, but we do have to win while Watford lose. We've got an opportunity with a free kick here. It's going to be Wayne Bridge, and he whips it in. It's hit the wall, but it's dropped for Sean Wright Phillips almost. It's come back out to Wayne Bridge. He's been brought down again here, Wayne Bridge. Quinn got a yellow card for the initial foul, and he's going to get booked again here. He's been sent off. Crystal Palace down to 10 men after just 20 minutes in the game, and it's looking very positive for us to push on for a good result now. And hopefully Watford will continue to lose in their game against Birmingham. Here's Sean Wright Phillips with the delivery, cleared away just by ahead of Carl Court there. Here's Carlisle looking to move forward. Wayne Bridge does superbly to win the challenge there, but he plays a poor pass to Humphreys, and Carlisle's on to possession again here. Brooks to Dika Dika. Plays it back, but only as far as John Terry. Now Wayne Bridge, Danny Murphy. Wayne Bridge looking over the top, only as far as Sumar. Danny Murphy does well, holds on to it, and finds John Terry in the centre. Now Jamie Pollock. Brilliant switch of play from Jamie Pollock. Sean Wright Phillips now on this right hand side. Has support in the penalty area. He went for glory. It's come for Danny Murphy and it's blocked. And Sumar somehow keeps us at bay there. Brilliant play from our boys there. Sean Wright Phillips working really hard down that right hand side, but it just couldn't quite find the end product. And it remains 0-0. But as you can see, with the amount of possession we're having, we're above 70% now, and we're dominating in terms of chances. But at 0-0, it is going to be tough. Watford are actually ahead now against Birmingham. They've scored 2 goals in 4 minutes in their game. And in the first half, Stockport County have put 5 in away at Crewe. What a game that is for our rivals there. Well, I'm a little bit disappointed that it's 0-0, considering that the opposition are down to 10 men. But I'm going to encourage the boys. Hopefully we can really push on in this game. And I am aware that Jamie Pollock is on a yellow card as well. We don't want any risks being taken here, to be honest. And I think he is going to be the first substitution in this game just because he is on that yellow card. We don't want to take any chances. And he's going to come off here. And we're going to bring Damien Francis on for a bit of game time. And I think Richie Humphreys is going to come off as well for Craig Bellamy. He's not really done a lot today. And Kyle Court's been quite quiet today as well. So we're going to bring Andy Johnson on for a rare appearance up front as well. He has scored a couple of goals when we brought him on. Andy Johnson, his pace has really worried teams. Andy Johnson, of course, originally when he was in the Premier League, did come up with Crystal Palace. He was a really good striker for them in the Premier League when they originally came up in 2004, I think it was. There's an opportunity here for Palace, and Boma produces a brilliant save there from Nicky Weaver, who just tips it round the post, and the 10 men creating one of the main opportunities so far in this match. Despite our domination, we haven't created a lot of clear-cut chances so far. So it remains 0-0 here. Despite our domination, we're going to demand more. The opposition are down to 10 men, of course. We do want to make sure that we win this game. Watford are actually 3-1 up now against Birmingham, and I think that game is pretty much over. So it's just a case of us focusing on our own performance. Sean Wright Phillips with the delivery to the far post. It's going to be cleared away. Damien Francis heads it down for Michael Brown. Good strike from Brown, but Joe Murphy makes a comfortable claim. just been suffering a little bit really in terms of chances today. I don't think we've really created enough top quality chances. I mean, Michael Brown's strike there was a good 25 yards out. We need to be a little bit better in terms of our creation. And Brown this time does do well to find Sean Wright Phillips. He's got support in the penalty area if he can find it, and he does. And Danny Murphy beats goalkeeper Joe Murphy. He's come up with some very, very important goals this season, Danny Murphy, and he's done so again. It's 1-0, and they've toughed it out well so far, Crystal Palace, in this game with the 10 men. But I'm really glad to see that we've got that goal. John Terry is going to come off. Like I say, he's on a yellow card as well. We don't want any chances being taken. Jody Craddock is going to come on. And I'm going to bring Jason Kumas on now for Danny Murphy, who has obviously just scored that very important goal for us. And we've got a highlight here as Sean Wright Phillips was lurking at the far post. Daniel Van Boyten into Danny Mills. Looking forward here on this right hand side, and I'm not sure if it was a cross or a shot, but it was poor either way. And Joe Murphy with a comfortable claim. Looking over the top for Lieburn. Van Boyten, I don't know if he won that or not, but it's fallen here for Danny Mills, but he's lost out to Weighorst here. It's Weighorst, and it's a brilliant piece of goalkeeping again from Nicky Weaver. He keeps us ahead here. We really need to focus more. They are down to 10 men, but just because they're down to 10 men doesn't mean that we shouldn't be focusing on what's going on here. Here's Chalice for Crystal Palace with the throw. Now Lieburn. This is Woosley looking over the top for Fowler. It's not Robbie Fowler to my knowledge. Here's Brooks now. Into Darlam, and Lieburn scores. I think Darlam might have been offside there. Yes, he was. Darlam was offside in the build-up. It remains 1-0, but we need to wake up here. I'm going to demand more again. And Bellamy's beating the fullback to that. And Craig Bellamy's looking in towards the penalty area and strikes it, but it's straight at Joe Murphy. Very comfortable save for the keeper. And the keeper clears it forward, but Daniel Van Boyten manages to win it. And the highlight finishes. And as we move towards the end of the game, we're into added time now. It looks set for a 1-0 win. Watford have won their game, so I don't think the league title is confirmed from that. But I will just double check and see, and then we can come back a little bit later on for the next episode. So we've got 8 games remaining in the league. There's 24 points gap. Watford have actually got a game in hand, so yeah, so we can't win the title against Burnley either, depending on what Watford do, but we'll see what happens. And then I think, to be quite honest, we won't come back for the title. We'll come back towards the end of the season. We've got Wolves away and Crystal Palace at home in the last 2 games. I think we'll just come back for those 2 games now. I think pretty much the title's secured. So we'll come back for the end stretch of the campaign, where we can get all the confirmation out of the way for the title. And hopefully we'll be then preparing for next season. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. I'm really enjoying doing this series at the moment. Please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. All your support is greatly appreciated. And until next time, for those Wolves and Crystal Palace games, this is Big Will signing away.